Are you offering your customers the right choices on your website? If not, your website may be killing sales. Hi, my name is Katie Davidson, and today I'm going to be showing you how to think about choices your customers are making on your website. Maybe you've heard it called choice paralysis, analysis paralysis, or overchoice. Whatever you call it, if you overwhelm your customers with too many choices, they end up not making a choice at all. And you may be tempted to give your customers a wide range of options so they'll be able to find just the right fit, but offering too many choices can make the customer not buy anything at all. And if they do buy, they're less satisfied with their selection. There's a famous jam study that goes like this. One day, a researcher set up a display table at an upscale food market with a variety of jams. Anyone who tried a sample received a coupon for $1 off any jam. Every few hours, they would switch between a selection of 24 jams or a pared down selection of 6 jams. 60% of shoppers who walked by the large display sampled at least one jam, while only 40% tried a jam at the smaller display. On average, shoppers tried 2 flavors of jelly regardless of how many types were on display. And now for the kicker. Although the larger display attracted more people than the small one, 30% of the people who had seen the small assortment went on to buy jam, while only 3% of the people who had seen the large display went on to buy jam. People who saw the large display were 1/10 as likely to buy as the people who saw the small display. By limiting the number of choices, they were able to sell more. On the flip side, there's the single option aversion. Customers are less likely to buy if they only have one option. In another experiment, consumers were asked to purchase a DVD player. When only a single DVD player was shown, only 10% of the potential buyers purchased. But when 2 different brands were shown, 34% agreed to purchase the original DVD player, and another 32% agreed to buy the second DVD player. When you show people 2 or more options, they automatically assess which is the best choice for them. But if there are no options, the buyer won't have any confidence that they're making a good decision. So, choice is good, but too much choice is bad. How does this translate to designing websites that make sales? Whenever I start designing a new website for a customer, I make sure I understand what a successful interaction on their website would be. If it's a clothing company, a successful interaction on their website would be making a purchase. If it's a restaurant, a successful interaction would be getting directions to their location. Or, for a graphic designer, a successful interaction would be filling out the contact form on the website. As I build out their website, I make sure all paths lead to their main money-making page. I want you to look at your website. If I go to one of your blogs, is it clear what you do for your customers? Or have you created a blog black hole? I see this happen all the time. A business has an amazing blog. It's full of great content, it's getting traffic, but none of that traffic is turning into sales, because there is no call to action or any indication of what the business does. If your menu is full of generic terms such as home, about, blog, contact, you're probably missing out on valuable conversions from your blog. If you're a coach, you could rewrite those same menu items to be much more descriptive. Home, about Coach Andrea, advice blog, book your first coaching session. The second option makes it easier for the customer to tell what services they offer. And if that coach impressed someone with the content on their blog, they're one step closer to making a sale. I want to hear from you. Is it clear what you can do for your customers if they just visit a blog post? If not, comment below with black hole. If you've mastered the art of making sure it's clear what you can do for your customers when they visit your blog, comment crystal clear. The first thing I want you to start putting in your mind is make sure that it's clear what decisions are available when your customers visit your website. Did you know there are over 87,000 drink selections available at Starbucks? If you saw a list of every single option listed in alphabetical order, it might be impressive, but you'd also most likely feel overwhelmed. Go ahead and look at the menu at your local Starbucks. You'll see it broken down into easy categories, something like this: espresso, coffee, iced tea, cold brew and iced coffee, frappuccinos and blended beverages. Within each category, the drinks are ordered by how similar they are to one another. For example, white mocha is listed just below mocha. 3 option sizes are listed for most drinks: tall, grande, and venti. I want you to notice how even though most Starbucks offer a smaller option, short, they don't list it on the board. Their menus also have a selection that gives a hint to what types of customizations you can ask for. Add flavor, milk substitutes, espresso shot, or try it sparkling. There are a few things we can learn from the Starbucks menu. If you have a wide range of products or services, find a way to break it down into simple groups, and then see if you can break those categories into even smaller groups. And often more important, don't feel like you need to list every single option. If you offer custom designs or custom services, trying to list every single thing you can offer will not only be a waste of your time, it can overwhelm your customers and send them packing. You want to provide enough information to help your customers be confident in their decision without slowing down their decision making. That leads us into the next tip. Encourage fast decisions. The longer your customer takes to make a decision, the less confidence they will have that they made the right choice. Encouraging your website visitors to make a decision quickly can help them avoid choice paralysis. And there are several techniques you can implement to get customers to make a decision quickly. But you need to be careful. The first method is to create some sort of countdown. Offer limited time pricing or restrict when customers can buy a product. This method works particularly well if the alternative to making a decision is low risk. You'll often see countdown timers or time frame restrictions used for holiday deals. The big risk with this method is that a customer may feel pressured into making a decision that they'll be unhappy with in the long run. This can damage your reputation and lead to negative reviews. The other way to encourage fast decisions is to offer an unbeatable price. Make the decision a no-brainer. The big problem with this method is that it's often a race to the bottom. You may end up offering a price that's unsustainable as your business continues to grow, or you may only be able to get customers until another business comes along and prices you out. One method that works really well in marketing is to start with small commitments. If you sell a high-ticket item, your customers may not make a decision the first time they visit your website, but you don't want them to forget about you by the time they're ready to make a commitment. If you start a relationship with your customer before they're ready to buy, you'll be much more likely to make the sale. Take real estate agents as an example. Most people don't impulse buy a home. It can take years for a buyer to save enough money and have all their ducks in a row. But a savvy real estate agent could put a free downloadable guide on their website. What you need before buying your first home. And they could start a relationship with a buyer who will be ready to buy in the future. By getting your customers to make a small commitment to the relationship, they're more likely to purchase when they're ready to take the next step. Another method is to make the decision for them. There are two common methods I see on websites that help make the decision for the customer. One is to show what decisions other customers make. Sometimes you'll see an option such as best seller, or you'll see people who viewed this item often bought this other item. This strategy works well when there are many items to choose from. Another method is to allow your website users to reach out to a real person who will guide them through the decision-making process. This method works especially well if there are lots of customizations available on your product, or if you're selling a product with lots of technical specs that might be confusing to the end user. There's no one-size-fits-all when it comes to website design, but a good website will help generate business. If you're getting traffic to your website, but no one is buying, take a step back and make sure that the decisions that your customers are making on your website are clear and not overwhelming. For more strategies to help your business grow, check out strategybykatie.com. And be sure to subscribe to my videos to get the latest tips and tricks. Until next time.